give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers. Heading forwards as the skies begin to darken once again. I've never felt so alone. Till I realized we join our blades and fight together till the very end. When we're together, it's like home.
The whole world's on the line, but we got this, let's save it one more time.
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic order,
Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
Mythic order.
Darkness creeps, evil never sleeps, but we've come way too far to lose. Never give up, cause we're the Power Rangers.
And thus.
Welcome to Power Rangers Mythic Order, Episode 3 Dash 1.
So yeah, I'm gonna like think brain post the lyrics somewhere in probably the Discord at some point as well. And yeah.
All right,
That's fucking
thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. I hope all of you that enjoyed our brand new opening.
Fucking get it.
Written by our very own
I think I was
Reggie.
Reggie. Time, and I kind of absorbed the theme song. Kind of. We'll be making more themes for the other teams as well. The Savage Stampede one's probably going to be heavier, just because that whole crew has things going on.
Well, welcome to episode 3 of Mythic Order. I hope all of you enjoyed our brand new opening written by our very own Reggie and put together by me as far as the images. The artist for that is our very own Red Ranger. He did most of the Ranger work. I love how he's waving, but he's not actually on camera for you guys, so only we can see him. It's like, hi.
Just like when he was flipping me off last session, nobody knew. So, did you remember to put points in conditioning yet, Zane?
This is a meme now.
As some of you may have noticed, we are out Roscoe this week. He'll be back with us again next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. We're all a bunch of passionate nerds. We're all having a lot of fun. So without any further ado, when last we left off, the Rangers are face to face with none other than Psycho Red.
I'm scared.
Let's try not to die,
We're Rangers. We can never die.
I don't know about that there, Chief. I don't know about that there, Chief. Listen. I know I made the Earth's Defenders Never Surrender speech last time.
Character Zane's gonna be like on comms.
All right.
What do we do?
Get out of there. Get out of there right now.
What? There's just one of them. It's not like they don't look so tough.
Just
They just look
one
like
of
us,
them.
but worse.
Just one
I
of them
grabbed
is.
Koji. Yeah, I said, now's not the time. As I grab a smoke bomb, throw it down. Go for it.
Let me look at my
There's only one of them. What?
hang-ups.
I was gonna say,
Ah.
yeah.
Prove myself. And Koji
Oh
just shrugs it off and goes,
no.
"We gotta stop them. They can hurt other people."
Get
All right.
You don't.
I don't know
understand.
who this Psycho Ranger nonsense is, but there's only one of them, and I see 5 of us.
She is one of the most.
Roscoe's in the
experienced
background, like,
Rangers.
what do we do?
You heard what Billy said. We get out.
Roger that. And Roscoe teleports away.
Okay.
Seamus just looks behind him where Roscoe used to be. He's like, motherfucker did it again.
Looking at this Psycho Ranger, I have a martial artist perk that I'll also copy and paste it. But given the opportunity to observe another martial artist for 1 minute, I can learn how strong they are. It takes a while, obviously. I
Yeah.
have to be sizing them up for a minute.
I have that
but
one
I
too.
think
I have
Reggie's
the same
doing.
thing, actually.
I have the same thing as well.
I think we're all, gonna be just like
we
they
all
don't
just
look
go
so
martial
tough.
artist. Goddamn.
Psycho Red zooms right in on you, Reggie, with barely a blink of an eye. She's in your face.
Oh,
Oh.
that already tells me all I need to know.
She grabs you and throws you 35 feet. You slam against the wall. Your suit disintegrates off of your body, and you're laying there on the ground. You are prone.
Oh,
Seamus just sees that, he's like,
Without a flinch, Seamus, who happens to be standing right next to her, she grabs you and does the same damn thing. You land right next to Reggie, demorphed and depowered.
oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a story point right here and be like, "Yep, fuck no." As I grab a bunch of smoke bombs from nowhere, because ninja, throw them on the ground. As I then go to grab the others, and I just say through calm, "Teleport out now!" As I teleport Reggie and Seamus out because they're down.
yeah. I think if I've been tossed and demorphed instantly, I think that is the sign that we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Smoke bombs will just also help conceal the identity as well. So, yeah.
All right, Zane, in order to do this, what I need you to do is give me
Uh-oh.
an athletics roll.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We all know how the
Got to
curse
see.
of
And
the
since
first
you're
roll
using
of
a
each
s-
session goes.
And since you're using a story point, I will allow an edge or an upshift, depending on how many story points you want to use.
Well, I got a carryover, and and
we
this
got
is a
2
situation-
carryover.
We have 2 carryovers. I'll use both.
All right.
All right, I'll take the upshift.
So upshift and an edge. Nice.
And edge.
Is that
Hey,
enough?
17.
You are moving quickly. Your ninja training really kicking in. You forcibly teleport. First, you grab Koji and forcibly teleport him through the use of his morpher. Then you quickly run over and you do the same thing to Joe. Then Reggie. And finally, Seamus and you both teleport out at the same time. You all land back at your back at base. Billy looks unsettled. I didn't expect it to be them. I didn't expect it to be them.
Joe says, Mr. C, what you mean them?
The Psycho Rangers. the Ranger Killers.
So
Same.
there's more than just one. There's more than just her.
There are 6 of them.
Hang on, can you backpedal to that Ranger Killer part?
I heard rumors that I know at least Psycho Pink managed to kill somebody, kill one of our former comrades in ARM, the Pink Lost Galaxy Ranger, the original builder of the powers. The In-Space Rangers fought them after I left Earth. This is the first time any of you have heard him mention that he's left the planet.
I power down. So you've been to space?
I
Neat.
spent nearly 20 years in space on another planet.
Is that just a thing that Rangers casually do?
No, I was sick.
So you went to space.
I went to another planet to heal. They had technology that could heal me, and I've since been healed.
What exactly did you have that couldn't be cured by normal means, if you don't mind me asking?
I was being forcibly aged.
Oh.
Come again?
It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it right now. We don't have time to explain it.
Alright, fair enough. As he's just kind of like
Billy-
dusting off himself after being thrown onto the
Billy
pavement.
Billy walks over and pushes a button. Jason, Psycho Red's here. And you, Seamus, through the other onto the line, all of you hear. They're what? The Psycho Rangers were destroyed. I'm telling you what my team just saw. Psycho Red is here, and she just forcibly demorphed. I'm sorry. She?
Yeah, we
Yes.
got real close and personal, you could say.
Former A Squad Red.
You can't. Shit. I know what's going on. I'll be there in a minute. And a red light appears. A red and golden light appears in front of you. Standing there is Jason. We need to contact Andros if the Sarcos are here. Andros is home. He's not here. It's going to take 6 weeks before he could get here. We need to tell him, if nothing else. The two of them begin to argue in front of you. How are each of you reacting? Koji, let's start with you. Koji?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Whoops.
We're all like, dip, 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 dip. What?
So Koji right now, he hasn't demorphed yet, and he's like thinking over what just happened, and he's like in shock that there's like this enemy that we just can't defeat. We've been doing so well so far.
Reggie. How are you feeling after having been forcibly demorphed?
A weird combination of like pissed off and just shaken up. Like at this point we've been fighting like monsters and robots for like a couple of days, a week or so, and it's like, these things are strong, but like they're just like slightly stronger than people. But this was something that she literally couldn't do a damn thing against, and she's not taking that very well.
Joe, how are you handling this?
Joe is very conflicted. On the one hand, she feels as if, well, there's an insurmountable challenge, and she feels like we can't like beat that. But that's to be expected, and she feels as if Billy will kind of guide us through that process. But then on the other hand, she feels as if Billy didn't tell us there was another Ranger. So she's not sure, like,
Go ahead and give me an alertness with with a focus on insight. You can either use a
All right.
social ability or an alertness check on that one.
All right. Well, that specialization wouldn't really matter, but let's put it on anyway. That would change. Any particular difficulty?
12.
Well,
Oh, the
You
worst part, I actually
are-
have some insight. So
You are having a hard time reading Billy's face. It doesn't To you, it doesn't look like the look of someone who knew that the psychos were even still around. Like he knew of them, that much is obvious. But he looks just as shocked as you felt the moment you saw Reggie be lifted up off the ground and thrown against the wall, and then Seamus get freaking roundhouse kicked right across the get roundhouse kicked and launched 30 damn feet.
I'm not a small boy either.
Seamus, how are you feeling in this moment?
For one, confused as hell because once again, Seamus doesn't really have a lot of knowledge of this stuff. He's a foreigner. He's from Ireland, so he doesn't really. So hearing about B Squad, this Psycho Ranger, that he's very much confused, but he's also angry as hell because he just saw one of his friends, newly made friends, basically just get thrown across the lot like a rag doll, and then felt powerless to do anything before he got thrown himself. So he's very much not in a good mood at all. His usual joyful candor is very much taking a break right now. He's got this very like angry look on his face.
And last, but certainly not least, Zane.
No point in standing around arguing about it. Alpha, bring up any and all footage of the Psycho Rangers you've got. And also any and all footage of the A Squad Rangers as well.
Alpha goes,
I go
Aye, okay. And he starts pushing buttons, and up on the screen, you start to see the combat. You see A Squad in action years ago when they were the ones defending the world. You see A Squad again facing B Squad. And then it shows images of the Psycho Rangers. The Psycho Ranger in the video is clearly male. Like, no question. You see them transform into a monster form. You see them fight the Space Rangers. And you see some logs of them fighting the Galaxy Rangers teamed up with the Space Rangers. The fighting style doesn't match either the A Squad Red Ranger or Psycho Red. It's different. Zane, give me a history check. I'm going to give you an edge on this.
History will be culture, right?
Yep, give me a culture. You can use a specialization if you have any ninja based history, and you can use an edge. That's enough.
13.
The fighting style is of the forgotten Firestorm Academy. The third Ninja Academy, long since closed.
She's a ninja. I just say that.
You see,
She's a fickin' wet now.
the firestorm focuses more on heavy strikes and powerful throws. It's really focused less on cunning and disguising and what you would normally associate with ninjetti. It's really focused heavily on powerful strikes and flashy ninjutsu. And you see semblance of it because you learned about it while you were studying at your academy. And you also learned what caused their downfall was their infighting. Because their leadership couldn't agree.
Sensei Hunter must be made aware.
Wet of what?
Zane, you said that she's a ninja. I get that you've clearly got some. We're gonna need to talk about this more now. Actually, what the fuck does her school, her style of fighting have to do with it? What do you know about ninjas? Why are you a ninja?
Leader you may be of us right now, but it's not very leader-like to be keeping your teammates in the dark here, lad.
What I do and what I can do, I've been sworn in to not tell anybody, in a sense. The only reason you found out I'm a ninja, Reggie, is because Sensei was there. In terms of my training and my abilities, heck, I haven't used them in years
Kind of
since I
breaking
started
up
college.
there, bud.
Yeah, you broke up a lot for that. We
Sorry.
couldn't understand you.
Yep.
Oh, so sorry. Oh, okay. I'll just repeat it. What I can do and what I know is a lot more secretive than you think. Oh, trust me, I can do a lot more, but I haven't done it in years because I felt like there was no initial need to do it. To be honest,
Oh, I
this is the
guess.
first display of my ninja powers in actuality, but it'll take me some time to fully use them again. The lessons for Tails and what I could do had to be a secret for everyone in case a situations like this ever arise. This is what we're trained to do. Those who went to the academies. And one thing is never reveal yourself unless absolutely necessary. The way that she fights is a way of a Firestorm Academy.
Fire what?
Stay. Fire a what now?
There's a. Okay.
Basically,
Koji,
she not only has the ability to probably throw us, she must have also command of fire as well.
Koji,
Mhm.
you're shaken by this event. You're already feeling like you may have failed in some way. But right now, you were basically forcibly taken away from the fight by Zane.
Yeah, Coach is gonna step up, take off his helmet. He hasn't demorphed yet, and he goes, "All right, so we know that she's from a ninja academy that you know of. You know her fighting style. We got to strike back or come up with a plan. We can't just be standing around here arguing with one another."
At this
That's the
point,
thing.
Billy interjects. Stop, all of you. before the fights break out, before you start fighting amongst yourselves. That's enough. You're Rangers, first and foremost. You have what it takes to do this. You just we couldn't have foreseen that the psychos would be the generals. In all likelihood, she made an appearance just to scare you, to scare us. Trini goes, well, it fucking worked.
James will just kind of give like a little, like, and a point towards her, like, yeah. Not actually saying anything, but he'll like gesture towards her, like.
She grabs Billy and basically pulls him into another room. All of you give me an alertness check.
All right.
Oh shit. Are there any specializations that'll help us, or just alertness?
Unless you have a specialization in listening.
Not me then.
I have one on insight, but I don't think I can
Wait, I
insight
do have
my
a specialization.
ears.
Oh no, wait, no, I don't.
No, you can't. I'm not going to let you insight through a wall. I'm sorry.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
This is an interesting wall.
I take it with a snap. 'cause
Hey,
14.
14.
Wow.
Reggie. Oof.
I got some 12. Hey, Rise, luck is turning around. It seems finally.
Well, it's on the D2, so it's not a crit success, but 14.
Just
I was gonna say
waiting.
we all got 12s except for 2 of us.
Me
so
here
we got
just suffering.
Zane. All right, we got everybody. Okay. Seamus, Joe, and Koji, you can hear this. You can hear the interaction through the other side of the wall as you're standing close enough. What you hear is Trini telling Billy, shouldn't send these kids into it. Billy saying, what choice do we have? We were just kids. These guys are older than we were. They're old enough to go die for the U.S. military. Why can't they defend us? We're here to help them. We're not doing what Zordon did to us. We're giving them everything they need and more. And if they think they're going in there alone, they're wrong. Billy, you can't do that. You've got 6 morphs left. And that's where, through the other side of the wall, through the other side of the room, Hunter enters. Zane, report. What do you got? What do you see?
Fighting style, as seen from the footage as I point to the screen. Firestorm Ninja. Bad news, Evil Red. Worse news, splitting image of a previous Evil Red. A good termed evil kind.
All right. I think we need to call Cam on this.
Is there anything in the archives that could help us?
As far as Firestorm Academy, I don't know. They died out here before. They died out here a long time ago. I do mean a long time ago. But I will call Kruger right now. And he pushes a button on a console. All of you see standing there a Syrian. His blue skin and his dog-like muzzle looking just as cranky as hell.
Question, actually. Since aliens are a little more commonplace around here, are they more common around just the?
There's only 2
the area
Syrians
where-
on the whole planet, but
Like aliens as a whole, are they not as commonly known still, or?
You've encountered at least one.
Okay.
They're really there might be
More
like
so
there might be like
concentrated in this
40 in the entire country of Ireland.
Okay.
But
So Seamus would know of
you
their
encountered
existence,
you
but-
encountered a walrus faced alien once. And it was the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
Never turn away a patron though.
Nope.
Regardless of what they look like.
Since moving here to Angel Grove, you've encountered quite a few different
Okay.
types of aliens. One that kind of looks like Piggy.
Hmm.
What is it, Hunter? Sorry to bother you, doggy, but is Charlie still in jail? The former A Squad Red Ranger? Yeah. Why? This. And he pushes a couple buttons and sends a video file over to him. He goes, I have her card right here. And on the screen, you kind of see what looks like a little person inside a card. Just
The wonders of technology these days.
Joe, give me an alertness check.
All right.
Seamus sees the card and he's just like, the wonders of technology these days. Would have thought.
Damn, Joe.
Ah, damn!
Yeah.
Dang-a-tang!
There we
You
go.
notice immediately 3 primary differences between the individual on the card and the individual who just rocked your friend's socks.
Didn't even ask us out to dinner first either.
1, the hair color was different. This gal's clearly a regular brunette. 2, scars across the face. This one doesn't have that. And 3, slightly different eye color. And I do mean slightly. But you're focused.
Mm,
You know immediately this isn't the same person, even if they are similar.
all right. But then Joe says, yeah, that ain't her. She says, person in that card right there, she got like brown hair. Whereas the one that whooped on us had hair color like mine. Secondly, which one had the scars on their face?
The one that just rocked your world.
Yeah, okay. Secondly, she got like scars on her face. She looked like she'd been slashed or something like that. And the third thing is the eyes. I don't know what it is, but it's like different.
Seamus just kind of looks over at the Syrian on the screen. And he's like, she wouldn't happen to have a twin sister in the records, would she? Huh?
Only a younger brother.
Hmm.
Which begs the
You think
question.
this is anything weirder? Like, I don't know, clones? Maybe whatever we're dealing with, are they even like really real? I mean, the enemy can mutate all of their henchmen. What's to say they can't do the same with people?
Hold on a
Remember what
moment.
Billy
mean-
first told us?
And a third screen pops up, and basically now you guys are in a conference call. And a young boy is sitting there. And he's kind of nerdy looking. He's maybe 20, 24, 25. Can't be that much older than you guys at this point. Maybe 26, maybe. Oh, Anubis, what's up? Nate. You were telling me the other day that you think these anomalies in space are caused from a rift in the dimensions. Would this act as proof? And then he sends Nate the same file. That would do it. That's the proof.
Hold the tick. Telling me this broad's from another dimension?
Wouldn't be the first time we've encountered other dimensions here.
And at hearing that, Seamus his whole face just drops in shock, like, how feckin' deep does this rabbit hole go?
As far as time travel.
Seamus
What?
is just like,
Well, they have a physical body. We can beat them.
this whole Power Ranger
That-
thing goes a little
that
deeper
is
than I
tr-
thought.
You know what? No, Koji's right. Like, if there's something we can punch it out. We just need more
Until
much
she
input we can
punches
get.
harder.
Yeah, a little too hard. Fuck, I'm gonna be feeling that.
Punching
Well, you
in
know what
and-
it sounds like to me? It sounds like we need to hit the gym, get our weight up, so to speak.
I mean, I've been hitting
Hunter
things pretty
turns, his
hard
eyes
up until now, but
glint and glisten. Zane,
I've seen that look before.
a chill runs through runs through the back of your neck. You know that
Oh,
look.
no.
You're like,
Considering
oh God,
I
no!
changed
Training
places, do I get the same-
montage.
I was gonna say, do I get the
No.
same feeling for having trained under Jason? I'm assuming I get the same sense.
Oh yeah.
Not again.
Both,
Okay,
both Zane and Seamus at this point are breaking out in a cold sweat. Like we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked.
Seamus just starts slowly backing up with hands kind of like slightly raised, like, I know that look. Oh,
If you know the look, then you know there's no escaping it.
I guess
Oh,
I'll start
shite.
with, if we're going to be training, I pull out from my morpher and I displayed some footage. Let's start with all of our faults.
Seamus just looks at Koji and the others, and he's like, you lads and lasses wouldn't happen to have health insurance, would you? Up to date?
We're gonna need health insurance. Is this the actual boss battle?
No.
Oh, but it could be considered a mini boss, I suppose.
Red. She came to scare you. It's obvious from her actions. If she had actually wanted to hurt you, she would have.
That much was
Especially when they used-
clear to
especially when
see.
they used fire.
I'm gonna have a
Doesn't-
bruise where she kicked that's gonna last a good while, that's for sure.
She doesn't seem like because she left as soon as you did. That's
Okay,
it.
now we got a crazy redhead hogging us everywhere we go now. That's great.
Hunter goes, redheads are scary. You should have seen my
No
ex-wife.
offense, Joe.
He just kind of looks at Joe like, I said what I said.
I was gonna say, as soon as he says that, everyone, I just imagine, as soon as he says that, everyone turns to look at Joe, and Seamus just like, she did hit that guy with the spear pretty hard earlier. What was his name? Punch Out or something? Yeah, just looks over at Joe and, the pointy end towards the bad guys, eh?
I try to keep that promise.
I suppose that's all we can ask.
Nate,
And it just tilts his
Nate's
head
on the
towards
other side.
Zane.
Nate on the
Like
other
I said,
screen.
Don't piss her off.
Nate's on the other screen, and he goes, Kruger. Billy, at this point, Billy comes out. Nate, good to see you. How are the Peace Morphers team doing? Well, we've been better. We've got more Morphex around here than we know what to do with at this point. Is your technology making use of any of it? We begin implementing it this year. But that's not what this call's about, and you know it. You. What is this other? We don't have enough information about this other dimension. Clearly, there's doppelgangers there. It appears that there's doppelgangers of every person.
I mean, there's a doppelganger of me?
Then what's stopping
It's
them
entirely
from using
possible.
doppelgangers of other rangers that we trust in order to be these psycho rangers?
It's very likely that. Only rangers who either acted as betrayers or anything of that nature are even still alive.
Well, that's discouraging, but enemies that you guys have all taken down in the past are gonna start showing up again then. Not just this one Psycho Red.
Yes. We checked the footage, and the putties that you were facing, they're made of rock. Ours were made of clay. We have reason to believe
That-
it's. We have a theory, but we don't have enough information yet as to who might be leading this incursion. What we can tell you is that the threat is real, and it's going to take the teamwork of all Rangers to save our planet. You and the other teams included. Do, 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 do. On the screen appears Adam Park. Billy. Yes, Adam, what is it? Oh, I didn't realize I'd be entering a conference call. The heck? The Savage coins have been. Looks like the Savage coins were chosen. I saw the news. How's the team? Scary. I don't. They're scary.
I take it that's why Savage is in the name? He kind of just tries to.
No, they are. And in the background, you see Merrick. Merrick's kind of like poking his head over the corner, like, "Hey, is that Billy?" Shirley goes, "Tell him I said hi." They say hi. Adam
Hi.
is looking exasperated at this point.
James just waves his hand back like, hi!
Hi. Is this your team?
What they?
Hi, I'm Adam Park. I'm a former Ranger as well.
Good to meet you. Name's Seamus. Seamus Lyle. My friends call me Sean, though.
Oh, Seamus. What color are you?
I'm
Clearly not red.
I'm... no.
Or white.
I'm the, I suppose, the new Midnight Black Ranger.
Ah, fellow Black Ranger. Nice to see.
Oh, no shite. Good to meet you.
Much as I'd love to, we'd love to continue the introductions. We are in the middle of a conference call.
Well, what better time than to introduce ourselves? So many new people.
This is important. I called for a reason.
Okay, maybe
Billy.
later then.
It looks like the orgs are back. Here. but they're all made of rocks. Our creatures we're fighting here as well are also made of rocks, so it's clearly the same enemy. How many generals do you suppose he has? We don't have a clear number yet, but there's at least 12 sectors in space, Nate says. We've got at least 12 different ships. But only two appear to be only two appear to be active. Shit. What? Kruger. Ugh. The third one just came online.
Oh shit. I don't like the
So
sound of that.
12 ships. So what? That means like there's 12 separate entire armies, just like the groups that we're fighting.
It's entirely possible.
have a-
Yes.
Each have a ranger.
I don't like that possibility.
Could probably be more than that too.
It's likely these are just scouts. We need to bulk up Project Squadron, and we need to do it now. You have SBD's full support.
I've got it. You said we have doppelgangers. We can recruit them, train with them.
If you did
You
have
know, that's
doppelganger,
actually a plan.
I just
See,
face
she
palm
gets
right
it.
now.
Yeah, Koji is like do the same. On the other hand,
Look, what's the problem?
we'd have to get to them
Okay.
first. And that's if
Uh,
they're even alive.
Are there any missing former rangers?
Not yet. We have all accounted for so far.
Because we might want to make sure to find a way of identifiers in case if Psycho Red looks exactly like the former SPD Alpha Squad Red Ranger, then we don't know if it's just limited to SPD. And we're gonna need a way to identify our own people.
Well, Billy's already thought of a way of that. Every ranger that's a part of Project Squadron is easily identifiable. They'll all have a coin of some sort, either in their morpher or on their person. The
what
coins
you're
might
saying
take
is
different
don't let
forms.
those coins out of our sights.
Don't.
Got it.
You can't even access this part of the building. You can't. Billy goes, you can't even access this part of the building without the coin. This place is a new command center in many ways. I think it might be time to move it, though.
To self, not leave coin in pants pocket when putting in the wash. Got it. He just gives himself a
I'll give you a
slight
story
mental
point for that. All right.
Note to self: empty pockets before doing laundry.
2 days go by. It's pretty quiet. Joe, we find you and Reggie cleaning tables at the juice bar. The events of the other day still weighing heavily on your mind.
Mhm.
Probably like Reggie's like probably like kind of like almost muttering under her breath, like it's like red. Show her, then shows a punch her in the stupid face.
As Joe is kind of like cleaning off one of these tables, she's like, "How come all these kids be leaving messes every time?"
Exactly.
Scrubbing like harder and harder.
Did no one teach them to clean up that themselves?
That's what I'm saying. You think that these parents would teach their kids basic manners?
Honestly, they're more difficult to deal with than monsters. What is this? A stress clean, like an annoying stain.
You know,
That's-
sometimes they say kids is the real monsters.
Amen to that.
Koji, Zane, we find the two of you back at the command center in a separate room, helping Billy and Hunter in training set up the new area. Alpha's meandering around kind of behind it. Ay, 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 ay. We haven't been here in 20 years. It's in major disrepair. Guess that's what happens when it blows up 3 times.
It blows up what?
Our enemies found it 3 times and blew it up. What?
Good thing Seamus isn't there right now. He'd have a lot of questions right now.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Okay, likelihood adding enemy base, allied base
I've upped-
defense training into the mix.
We have, even if they can get here, they can't do anything to it. We've got spacecraft level technology built into the defense of this place. Zordon never did. Trini walks up to you, Koji. You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
Make a deception check.
I have nothing in that. Let's see.
And this is the one where he nat ones.
That's going to be isn't that a culture? That's going to be a social. And
Yep.
I think they're straight up with deception, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's deception. Well.
She goes, you don't look fine.
Yeah, you got me. I've been thinking a lot
About what?
since the encounter. Psycho Red.
It kind of threw all of us for a loop. When Jason heard, he almost rushed right back.
I would have rushed right back with him.
We had to tell him no.
It just doesn't sit right, letting someone like that loose. And so far, we've been beating the monsters.
You fought too. You guys are just, you're not ready to take on someone like that. We wouldn't have been at your experience level. You guys are still, your bodies are still adjusting to the powers. Tell me, how many times have you slipped because it feels like you're walking too fast?
I don't know. Several times? A lot of times?
And when did it start? When you got the coin, isn't it?
Something like that.
I felt all of us experienced the same thing. When I first got my saber-tooth coin, all those years ago, I experienced the same thing. So
All
did,
right.
So did Billy.
Mm.
He was really awkward back then. You should have seen it. It was kind of funny. And she's just
Yeah.
kind of looking at him like, a little like, yeah. Kind of looked like, just almost like skeptical, but also reminiscent. It's kind of like the look on her face right now. Koji, Alpha comes up. Not Koji, Zane. Alpha comes up to you. Ay. Mr. Baxter, you. How many times are you going to review the same footage?
Until I get it right.
Well, then maybe you should review your own fights footage.
Did that last night.
Fair enough. Would you and Mr. Matsunaga want to test out the new simulator?
Does Koji hear this? Does Koji hear Alpha say this?
I'm in.
He does.
I heard
Alpha's not
simulator,
quiet.
I'm carried over the video.
All right. Yeah. Koji like goes, excuse me for a minute, for Miss Cranston. And Koji walks over. He says, Alpha's kind of right. You keep looking at all these records and things, and what we need is action. Oh, you and me, 1v1. And Koji's not stuttering. He's like focused.
Is his accent coming through any more than usual, or?
He's not sort of like nervous. He has like this determined look. Like he usually only acts like this when morphed, but the fact that he's acting like this when it's unmorphed is he has a lot on his
The reason why
mind.
I keep looking and reviewing these footages to learn from our history. Those who don't learn from our history are easily doomed to repeat it.
You also
if you
need
wanna
practical
one-
experience.
Yeah, true. But let's see what. I want to see how this goes. Morphed or unmorphed?
EVP.
Well,
Damon's
since
just like,
you're a
I want to see
leader-
it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Since you're a
Do it,
leader,
do it,
I'll
do
let
it,
you
do it.
choose.
Let's flip a coin.
Flips a power coin.
Flips the power coin.
Joke's on you, they're both the same side.
One is unmorphed, two is morphed.
Well,
Two is morphed. You both morph. You both morph and walk into the training center. The scene changes again. Seamus, we find you back at your bar.
Hmm.
You're wiping down, preparing to close for the day.
Probably getting ready to hit the gym or whatever after.
Yeah. You've shut down your shift and your new employee comes in. She's a young woman, probably 19, maybe 20.
Hmm.
She comes in. Oh. Mr. Lyle, how are you today?
He just kind of like is like really into the cleaning and then looks up. Is like, oh, hey there, lass. I'm doing all right. Just finishing up some cleaning here before I shut the place down for the night.
Oh, well, it's my shift. Why are you shutting it down?
He looks at his watch. He's like, oh, sorry. I thought it was a little later than I thought it was. Never mind.
It's 7 p.m. All the regulars are about to come in.
Time is a relevant thing. As he tries to like deflect.
You
uh,
you seem off. Something happened?
You could say that. A little bit of just a little bit of struggles with the other job. Since the bar is only open at night, I ended up taking a day shift at another job, and you could say there was some frustrations, but I'm working through them.
Oh, I understand. But,
He like his smile kind of drops, and he looks down in thought, and like, I mean, can say, I guess.
I think only you can answer that question, Mr. Lyle. And I think a part of you already knows the answer.
He just kind of like narrows his eyes at her, like, since when did I hire a smart little thing like you?
I've worked for you for 6 months. What the fuck?
And you're reminding me every day why. And it gives her a strong pat on the back.
She goes, oh, that reminds me. Mr. Scott just got back from Turtle Cove. He said he needed to see you in the usual spot.
Like tilts his head up, like, all right. Well, I appreciate delivering the message. I'll just finish up this real quick, and I guess I'll head out.
Scene changes
As he
back,
kinda-
and you're pulling up. You find Jason sitting on his motorcycle, overlooking Angel Grove Park.
You getting into any other accidents lately there?
No, and he pulls out a beer and hands it over to you.
Pops it open, takes a long gulp of it. Been a while since we did this, eh?
I heard you got
Been
your
a
ass
lot.
kicked.
Just kind of stands stock still with the beer in his hand, like, it was less kicked and more thrown across the 30 feet or so, but yeah, you could say that as he kind of rolls his eyes and grunt, like a little bit of a grunt.
Well, from what I heard, the opponent that you faced, you wouldn't have been able to stand up at your current power level even if you had tried.
Kind of grips the beer a little harder, like, yeah, you're probably right. As his fist kind of, the grip kind of starts tightening more and more.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I faced someone who drove me to my brink?
I don't recall, no.
The original Green Ranger nearly killed me and my entire team before we were able to break his curse.
Curse. So he was, what, mind controlled or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what he was.
I see.
You-
Kind of takes another swig of his beer and looks up at him and says, how do you deal with it?
He looks at you dead in the eyes and goes, one day at a time.
It's
You
just,
focus on doing the right thing because it's the right thing. That's something that we both know that you can do. Something you've always been pretty good at, even if you are a hothead.
guilty as charged. But I guess what I mean is, how do you deal with seeing people you cared about get hurt, and then when you try to do something about it, and he like has to force out the word, like, powerless. Broad threw me across the yard like I was a piece of some kind of paperweight. Help my friend and
Like
do nothing.
he goes, like that's the first time that that's happened to you.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't much else at stake other than buying the loser dinner.
Yeah, that's true. Remember, there's always someone stronger. You know, they say that black is the soul of the team.
Oh, is that right?
It was true for Zach. And Adam.
I don't think I've come across Zach yet.
He's not part of Project Squadron, but he was the original Black Ranger.
Oh. Why is
And my
he
best
not the
friend.
pot?
He has cancer. He can't morph anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry I asked. Just takes another
Shouldn't
long
have
gulp of
told
his
you,
beer.
to be honest, but I figure it's important that you know.
I'll, mum's the word.
Trina and I are lucky we didn't develop it either, since the three of us were on another team.
Wait, so what are you guys exposed to something? Brought it about?
The three of us went to a part of space that had massive amounts of radiation.
Oh.
Trini and I, we were able to fend it off. Zach wasn't so lucky.
Don't need to be a sciencey guy to know that too much radiation is no good.
No.
Well, kind of tilts back, empties out the bottle and places it down on the ground and kind of starts like doing like side reps, bouncing on his feet, taking jabs at the air, like kind of slaps his face a little bit. He's like, all right, it's enough of this sad sack shite. Need to can't let that psycho ranger show me up. She wanted to give us a scare, but I'm not scared. She said there's already someone stronger than you. Then I'll just have to keep getting stronger.
Should you be telling me that? Or do you think maybe you should tell your team?
I think you're right.
The scene
I
changes.
think
The scene changes again. We're back to Joe and Reggie. A blonde woman, long blonde hair, comes strolling in, looks around. You can tell nostalgia written on her face. And Reggie, your friend, comes running from behind the bar. Goes, Mrs. Oliver, it's great to see you. It's good to see you too. Reggie, you recognize this woman. You remember her as Kat Oliver, as the gal who very frequented one of your gyms over one of your failed endeavors in Reefside. She was one of your best customers, and you recognize her, and she's in damn good shape, that's for sure.
Wow.
Your friend waves at you. Look who it is! Look who it is!
Oh, hey, Cat! All business sense is gone because Reggie never had any. Walk, kind of go over and kind of like, I don't know, go in for a hug if she's a hugger. It's Cat. Is
that a trick question?
Is that a trick question?
She gives you a hug. She goes, it's great to see you guys.
Right?
I didn't know you guys would end up over here. You guys left when you guys left Reefside last year. I thought for sure that we'd never see each other again.
Wait, y'all know each other?
Yeah, this cat, she's super cool. Used to back when we were in Reefside. Gets a dark look in his face, like we don't speak of Reefside. Continues like back over in our last place. She was like our best customer. Cat. This is Joe.
Joe will kind of just reach out to shake Cat's hand.
Joe, give me an alertness check.
All right,
There's a lot of those today.
a lot of these.
Fast. Hey. Nice.
You catch sight of something on Cat's wrist. Looks an awful lot like what you're wearing on yours. You see the same style of communicator that you're wearing.
Dun, dun, dun.
And she notices yours as well. And she goes,
Oh,
"Hey, is there a place where I could speak the two of you in private?"
yes, there is. There's this. You know what? Why don't you just come behind the juice bar?
Gotta shake each other's hands, and they're just both at the same time look down at each other's wrists, like.
That's essentially what just happened there. Just like, oh shit.
Nice wristwatch. Where'd you get it? I have one just like it. Yeah, I see that.
Reggie, you see it too now that it's been basically pointed out to you by Joe's reaction, and you're like, whoa, wait, what?
Hey,
You guys all, the three of you go into the room behind the juice bar, and well, what do you guys do? How do you react to what it is you see? Especially since you know
Well,
what that means.
Reggie's going to be extremely direct about this. Like, Cat, that's a communicator you got on there, right? Like, I'm not a of course that's communicator.
Yeah? Why do you have some?
Well, looks like we're on the same side. Didn't think this would happen, huh? I just thought you're
it's a small
well,
world after
This is-
all.
No, I'm actually here to pick up. She goes, I'm actually here to pick up a package from Cranston Technologies, and I honestly wanted to stop in and see Ernie. I didn't have any idea you guys would be working here.
Yeah, it was
Or that there
a-
would be
a
Power
dog.
Rangers already out. Saw you guys on the news yesterday on my way over.
Oh god, so you saw us get our asses kicked by that.
Well,
Oh,
not
fuck.
necessarily. Which news footage did you see?
I saw the one where Psycho Red wrecked your shit.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh. Well, you know what they say. It was kind of an off day for us.
You got a lucky strike in, that's it.
Yeah, luck. Sure.
He goes, never underestimate your enemy.
Well, since we're all in the same sort of club, has that ever happened to you?
More times than I care to admit.
Well, how you handle something like that?
She crosses her arms and kind of thinks about it for a moment. She goes, well, it's like my husband always says. As long as you can still stand and you can still fight, there's always a chance. And the trick is to hold on to that chance until you've seized it.
Yeah, that's actually kind of deep. Oh shit! Is your husband like also one of us?
Yes.
I'm sensing a running trend here.
Yeah, it seems Rangers be popping up all everywhere lately.
Well, I think we're all going to be needed more than ever, especially if what they're predicting is true.
Howdy with chance of death.
You mean predicting?
Well, based on some of the data we've got, well, maybe I shouldn't tell you this. Maybe it'd be better to have Billy tell you. He's your leader after all. I'm just here to pick up a package.
Mr. Cranston's probably gonna go on a whole like, no, the time is not right yet, and be all mysterious and things. And
He
then
has been
and then,
doing that a lot lately since he got back.
yeah,
Well,
like, is he always like that?
never used to be, but
Hmm,
that was before the way.
weird. I wonder why he's doing. Because you want to know something? He didn't tell us about that pink fella that was with us, and he still hadn't told us about that pink fella.
Right? Who does that?
Well, all I'm allowed to say is that Billy has his reasons for being secretive. Some information is truly harmful. My team almost lost our lives because we had too much information once.
Even so, I still don't like it. He's acting like my dad or something.
Huh.
But I'll take your word. I'll take your word for it, at least for now.
Well, you got to remember, he's just as new to the mentor role as you are to being mentored. I'm sure if you approach him and talk to him like you do me, maybe you'll find him to be more agreeable than you think. I mean, Billy's always been a kind-hearted guy, so, and that's true even now, even after the death of his first wife. Oh, and she slaps her hand slaps over her mouth. He was not supposed to say that, and
Joe
that's
is not
obvious.
going to fly further.
She said, "What
We
now?"
just pretend that never happened.
There's a lot of bombs being dropped tonight.
She goes-
Holy shit!
Probably only reading the room after seeing Joe as well. It's like, I not meant. Yeah, okay.
She goes, "Would you guys like?" She goes, "I got to pick up the package. You guys want to teleport out together?" She taps one of the consoles on the wall in her communicator. Flash, flash, flash. Boop. Looks like I'm cued in now.
Oh, this part's always cool. This part's always really cool.
Yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
The three of you teleport into the command center. Now we rewind about 15, 20 minutes.
Where they go.
Zane, Koji, each of you are standing on the opposite side of the room. Each breathing heavily. As you run together, weapons drawn, you clash in fierce combat. Each of you give me a might roll.
Oh shit!
Alrighty.
Or focused on your you may focus on your specialization for combat.
EVP.
Weapons drawn, right?
Weapons drawn.
Alright then.
Alrighty.
We're gonna do some narrative PvP.
Kick his ass!
So here's how we're gonna do this. I need 3 combat rolls from each of you. So you're gonna roll the same roll 3 times.
Yes.
One,
Oh,
Oh,
shit!
Oh, damn!
Oh
God.
shit!
Woo!
Oh!
There's one round. All right, do it again.
God damn!
That's one round.
Koji,
Koji, would you
not
like to go
playing
first this
games
time?
today.
Yeah, I'll go first this time.
Zane, you gonna take that? You gonna take that? You gonna get your ass kicked like this?
Kick his ass. Who are you rooting for? Yes.
Yes.
Hold on. Oh
Wait,
shit!
you're not with it.
I'm taking the
Oh,
story
goddamn.
points. I'm sorry, but fuck it.
I mean, we do have personal story points, technically.
We do.
You guys got.
I mean, it's a collective, but
Yeah,
we're all
I'm
out
gonna,
one.
I'm gonna start like writing down like the collective number instead of how many I've used.
Well, we had 2 carryover, and Zane used them all at the start, so currently we're down whatever we start with.
There we
-1.
go.
So, all right.
Okay. All right.
Zane got the second.
Oh, that was a failure.
All right.
Oh.
So here's how this training session plays out. Each of you enter into the room morphed. You draw your weapons. You rush together. Koji, you have the immediate upper hand. Using the reach of your trident, you push Zane back. Zane looking for an opportunity to strike. You defend. You defend. Barely. Koji gets a good solid knockoff. Pushes you back. You come back up. You leap. Strike down. Knocking his weapon out of his hand. Holding the blade to his throat. Victory is yours. But only barely. If you had gotten just 2 points higher, Koji, you would have gotten a draw.
So close.
Damn close, man. I was like, oh shit. Like it was intense. It was quick, it was short. But Koji, what you saw in this is Zane's experience in combat. He's been trained, even if he does seem to be a little bit rusty. How do the two of you react to this?
So, want to go start watching those videos?
My God.
Let me look
Nerd!
at my hang-ups
Oh
real quick.
no.
Koji goes, I've got somewhere to be. Power down.
Koji's gonna turn evil.
The evil White
He's-
Ranger.
He's gonna
power
get
down as
he's
well.
gonna get taken advantage of. He's gonna be the mind controlled one.
When
The two of you-
shift into either gold or silver in the future.
One of the bad guys is gonna approach him and frickin' take advantage of his frustration and everything. And be like,
I
join us.
hope
We will
not.
give
I
you
am not
power."
redrawing a Megazord.
As the three of you, as the two of you come out, you catch 3 teleports in, and then a 4th. Seamus, you arrive mere moments after Kat, Joe, and Reggie. All of you coming
Hey,
together.
guys.
All of you coming together in the same room. Koji, you look like you're ready to storm out, but there's a new face. Ah, Miss Kat, it's good to see you. It's good to see you too, Alpha. Kat giving Alpha a hug. Do you have the package for me? Yes, the coins are right here. I hope your team's not as stubborn as this one. I said what I said.
That's supposed to
You're only a
mean.
little stubborn.
And she hands
I
up.
prefer the term passionate. Thank you.
See, he gets it. He gets it.
Thank
More
you.
like hockey.
And some are a little less talky. As in, not at all. As in, don't talk to his team.
Billy comes out. Cat. God, it's been too long. How's JJ? Oh, JJ's good. Tommy says hi. Glad to hear he's okay.
Hi.
Hey, Mr. Crasta up. And remembering Cat saying, try to talk to him normally. It's like, Billy,
Yes.
you think you've got anything for that weird demorph thing that Red could do? That Psycho could do or whatever? 'Cause
I'd like to
that's
avoid that in
not
the
on.
near future if possible. Not a fun
Yeah.
experience.
I actually
I'm running
do.
out of smoke
I
bombs.
have something that might help.
Oh, good.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
Some good news.
I've-
Yes.
I've enhanced your morphs.
Oh?
Give you a
Oh.
give you a small boost. Mechanically, this means you leveled up. You are when you guys got your previous level up. Billy basically reinforced it, and that happened before.
yeah.
That happened right after your last combat.
So we.
So you guys should be. You guys will be level 3 by next round.
Yeah.
Each of you looking around, kind of looks over, kind of looking at each other. There's a sense of awkwardness in the air. And the silence kind of hangs in the room. Kat finishes saying her goodbyes and she teleports away. Billy turns to kind of go back to working on some of the wiring.
It's at this point Seamus will kind of speak up and be like, all right, I think that's enough of this quiet nonsense, all right? Listen, we need to clear the air here, all right? If we're going to be a team, we need to talk through things here. If we just... At this point, we're all just acting like him over there as he points over at Zane. Like, listen, I'm all for... Like, first off, I'm all for... I get it. People have their secrets. They're entitled to them. I get that. But if we're going to be a team, if we're going to be working together, don't you think it might be nice to clue each other in on at least some things that we might need to know? To work together, to figure out what we can do together. All this secrecy, all this quiet. I'll be honest, it's driving me fucking batty. Yes, I talk a lot. I'll admit it. I'll be the first one to say it. I never shut the fuck up. Alright? But sometimes talking is needed. And sometimes action is needed, as he kind of points off over to Koji. Action is needed. Sometimes planning is needed. Yes, we need to learn from our mistakes, but also we need to have action once we learn.
You know
So
what?
what do y'all say?
You're right, Seamus. And Koji walks over. He has like this rag used to wipe his sweat off. Just hands it to him and goes, "I've got somewhere to be. I'm taking action." And he walks.
It's not what I fucking meant!
Joe kind of Joe kind of looks at Shameless and is like, "Quite a silver tongue you got."
He'll turn to Joe and like put his finger up, like, put a pin in that real quick, 1 second. And as he rushes over to get in front of Koji, like, listen, that's not what I meant. All right? What use is it going to get you to rush in there by yourself? Yes, we have a way to get past the demorphing. But you and I, we don't know what's going on here. I'm like you. I don't know about all this ranger business. I don't know about the psycho rangers. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm like you in that regard. But this is the point when we need to stand together. If we keep being divided, we will lose.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right, Seamus.
Seamus, a black aura begins to emanate from you.
Whoa.
Ooh.
The spirit of the phoenix wells up with you, and you get a carryover story point.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
His
Well, yeah,
passion
Koji like
is-
list.
Yeah, his passion is just bleeding through right now, trying to get his point across. He's getting frustrated that Koji's trying to take everything on by himself, and his frustration is rising, but he's trying to keep it to the point where he's, he doesn't want to take things too far, but at the same time, he wants to convey the message to get Koji to understand.
Koji, give me a social roll.
Just straight up D20 or any particular skill.
Let's do culture.
Culture. Culture is a smarts.
Oh, whatever. No, this is more of a social encounter.
I could do persuasion, maybe.
No.
No?
This would be more.
Surprise?
This would be more Koji's ability to read the situation. Let's do streetwise. But we're gonna give you an edge on this one.
Oh, okay.
So, well, no, you would normally roll with a snag, so you're just gonna give me a straight roll on this one instead,
Okay.
because you're untrained in this technically.
Nice.
You're not entirely sure why, but you do feel you understand what Seamus is actually trying to say here. And it sets in differently. You react. You react with understanding of what it is he means, rather than what you would think that he means.
Yeah, I think Koji feels pretty bad how he's been acting, but like it's so conflicting with him right now for how he's feeling, how he knows he should be trying to be understanding and feeling the opposite of what he currently is. Koji just goes, "All right, I know what you mean, Seamus. I just gotta go do something real quick. I'm not charging off into battle or anything. I'm just gonna hit the
As-
gym."
As soon as he
Alright.
starts walking, I basically say, "My name is Zane Backstrom, former heir to Backstrom Industries. I have problems making friends. Don't like getting close to people. Trained as a ninja for 4 years of my life. And that's all you're getting for now."
And we appreciate it. All I'm trying to say is we all have our roles to play. We all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. That's the point of being a team, as he kind of places one hand, like, gently on Koji's shoulder. We're all there to cover each other. We use our strengths to cover each other's weaknesses. When the chips are down, we have to be able to count on each other. You'd be surprised at what people can do when we work together. He'll take his hand off his shoulder.
Joe,
You
how
do
are
what
you?
You do what you need to do.
Joe, you're
Be right
watching.
here.
You're watching this. You're watching this interaction. How are you feeling about it?
Joe is like, holy shit, this thing actually worked. It seems like Koji is receptive. She's like, she didn't think Seamus had it in him.
Oh, thanks.
Reggie, you're taken back to that moment where Seamus took the blast for you. And you're you're seeing him just a little bit differently than your initial impression. What is that impression? What is your impression of him now?
Now kind of like seeing and hearing all M had to say, kind of going from, oh, this guy's kind of like a bit of a goofball, a bit reckless, but whatever, to I kind of get where he's coming from, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot more respect for him now at this point. And also just kind of thinking maybe a little bit of gratitude, seeing as like Zayn, it got like Zayn to actually open up about something, even stuff that she did not know about that side of the family. And those are questions, but more kind of more kind of like put a pin on that, and more kind of like I'm glad that he managed to get my shut-in cousin to open up a bit, and even to get Koji to chill out, even if he still needs to take his little time to dip for a bit, to kind of like, yeah, this is this is going to become an actual team, not just a bunch of random coworkers.
All right. Zane, how are you feeling in this moment?
Zane is like, in his head, he's thinking, I think I said too much.
Baby steps.
But-
Baby steps.
But he's going to like get to the point of what Seamus is dealing, because she's been reviewing footage for the last few days of previous activities, especially with Psycho Ranger battles, and how teamwork was the way they won. And he understands the point that James is trying to make, and although he doesn't feel like he doesn't like doing it, he's willing to take the steps forward to try to be friends, in a sense, in order to, for the betterment of a team.
And Koji, as you teleport away, what are you feeling in this moment?
Oji is super like conflicted. Like he's angry, he's exasperated at how he's been acting, and he understands that, but he can't stop feeling the way he feels. He understands he has to stand with everyone, and he's just like this like tornado of emotions. And before he leaves, he goes, "If anything happens, just call me on the communicator." And he teleports out, and he kind of feels like he just wants to lay down and just cry, but he can't do that.
One thing that Seamus would say lastly before, you teleport away, he would say, if you ever need to talk, ever need an ear to listen, I'm here. And after he teleports away, he would look back at the rest of the people in the room and say, and that offer extends to the rest of you. If you ever feel like there's too much going on of those heads of yours, and you need to unload, just give me a call.
Does that offer include free beer?
That's what I was about to ask.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
It's at this point that you all notice that Roscoe had been here, just kind of watching and listening, not really reacting, and he opens his mouth to say something, and that is where we will end tonight's episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 3, part 1. Tune in next week. Can the Rangers get their act together in time to face another threat?
Can hope.
Or will Psycho Red put so much fear in them that they drive apart? Find out next week on Power Rangers Mythic Order.